Hello, welcome back to the Cricket Nerds. James and I previewing Punjab Kings, the next team on our list. If you haven't seen the other videos from our IPL previews, go check them out. This is our sixth or seventh team. I think it's our seventh team. So we've only got three more to go after this one. So if you haven't seen the other six, go give them a watch now and then come and watch this one. Because today we're talking about James's beloved team, the Punjab Kings. You probably know the most about Punjab out of anyone outside of Punjab. So, James, take it away. What are the strengths of your favorite team?
Um, there are quite a few. Lots of all rounders is a first major strength. They've got a lot of sort of flexibility in terms of that bowling. They've also got a lot of power behind them. I think statistically, I saw a really good tweet chain that I'm going to put out. I'll put on in the link down in the description, the link to it, from a really good analyst on Twitter, and she was saying that statistically, Punjab have got the best squad, which is purely on like career strike rates and averages, with batting and bowling. So straight away, there's massive advantages there. I think they've got one of the strongest overseas contingents in the whole IPL, and they've got some really exciting Indian players as well. Um, I'd say that's about it for the strengths. Um, do you want to talk about some weaknesses?
Yeah, I guess for Punjab, they are relying on certain players coming good. For example, Shikhar Dhawan at the top of the order hasn't played that much cricket of late. Can he come back and have another good season like he did last year? You've also got a big reliance on some young players like Ottava Taide and Jitta Sharma coming good. We know Jitta Sharma is a very good young player. He didn't do so well on his international start, but a lot rests on their shoulders. Um, and then when it comes to the bowling, again, that you've got, I don't know, I feel like Punjab, if every player is in form, their squad is very good and they could make the playoffs for sure. But I just look at that bowling lineup. Kagisa Rabada of late has been quite expensive. So has Sam Curran. Harshal Patel last season he was quite expensive. So there's just if those players fire and they take lots of wickets and they can bowl to the ability we know they can, then I think Punjab have a great shout of getting quite far in this competition. But it all depends on that form of the players. Because I know last year you were quite disappointed and frustrated because the players just weren't in form, and that was really annoying.
Yeah. I completely agree with everything you've just said. It really does rely on them coming to the fore, and the form is an issue. Liam Livingston, he's just played in the SA20, and he was atrocious, like
Mm.
really, really bad. Sam Curran was not great with the ball, but he was good with the bat. So that was kind of the story of last season for him as well. Um, and yeah, completely agree that if they're all on form, if they're all on their best game, they will win every game.
Mm.
They're just those type of players. However, yeah, they could very easily lose them all just by being out of form.
Mm.
Um, I think an issue that has plagued Punjab for a long time has been squad balance, or balancing an 11 and
Mm.
having a consistent 11. They are very much a chop and change type of team, and it hasn't worked for them. You know, they've not made the playoffs that many times. The last time was in 2014 when we reached the final, lost to KKR, and that was a semi-consistent squad. Since then, it's been chopped and changed quite a lot, and it
Mm.
means that there's a lot of players don't know whether they're going to be playing the next game, and that kind of lack of confidence or lack of consistency can be a bit of an issue. I think
Mm.
they haven't made that many changes from last year, and I think that's a really good thing. I think it's quite a rare thing for Punjab, and I think it's going to help them this time. Um, a really interesting point is going to be on their new stadium, because they're no longer playing at the Mohali Stadium. That is being
Mhm.
consigned to the annals of history, and they are now playing a new stadium. which has been freshly built and finished, and it means that like who knows how it's gonna play. I really don't know. I imagine it'll be good for the
Yeah.
seamers because that's usually what it's like in the north, but
Hmm.
it could end up being, a batter's paradise, or it could be an absolute green seamer. We don't know yet, but it'll be really interesting to find out and see how the Punjab players can adapt to that.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to know what your potential 11 and then impact sub is going to look like for Punjab.
Yeah, I mean it's really tricky because as you said, they've got loads of all-rounders, which I think lends itself to that chop and change style, which isn't obviously ideal. But given the number of bowling all-rounders they've got, that that does allow for some flexibility. So I've gone with Darwin and Prab Simran Singh opening, and then Johnny Bairstow at three. I'd Tide at four. Sikandar Raza at five. He's been really good of late. Um, Also provides some very good handy off spin. Then Jitesh Sharma at six as the wicket keeper. Sam Curran seven, Harshal Patel eight, Harpreet Brar at nine, Kagiso Rabada 10, and Arshdeep Singh 11. And then I've got Rahul Chahar as that super sub 12th player to come on. Um, However, saying that, because you've got loads of all rounders in that team, you could easily, if the batting's struggling, replace a Sam Curran or a Sikandar Raza with Riley Rousseau to really bolster that batting lineup. I think he was a great buy in the auction because it allows for them to have that option if the backing's lacking. What about you? What's your Punjab team?
So I've gone for a slightly different side.
Hmm.
I did open with Shikhar Dhawan and Prabh Singh because that was an excellent opening partnership from last year. I had Arthur Vataide at three, and then Liam Livingston at four, Jitesh Sharma at five, Sikandar Raza at six. Absolutely agree with what you said. He has been in impeccable form, and I think he needs to play.
He
I
has to
think
play, yeah.
he balances the side. Um, I put Ashutosh Sharma at seven, who is a really exciting hitter. Like he played in the side Mushtaq Ali Trophy, and his numbers were ridiculous. I think he averaged around 30 at a strike rate of like 190 or something. It was stupid. And then either Sam Curran or Chris Wokes at eight. I think I'd start off with Sam Curran, but if the bowling isn't there, then I'd go for Chris Wokes. Harsha Patel 9, Kagisa Rabada 10, Arshdeep Singh 11, and Rahul Chahar as the impact sub. But also, I would say that there are some exciting other options for spin. So Tane, oh, I'm going to say this wrong.
Tigarajan?
The Yeah,
Like
thank you,
Garajan?
Thigarajan, Theagarajan. I didn't hear it said. I just followed him during the Ranji Trophy a lot. Now, obviously, that's red ball, but he was, I believe, the top wicket taker in that
Mm.
tournament, and very, very good. He just was really good. He can hold a bat as well, but just a very economical spinner, and he puts it on the spot, left arm orthodox. I like it. Same with like Harpreet Brar. He hasn't played a whole lot since, but
Mm.
he's another exciting one. There's also somebody with a really funky action called Prince Chowdhury,
Yeah, I've
and
seen that.
yeah, it's like he bowls leggies, but he comes like over his head, and his head's down here, and it's all weird. But I'd love to see him get a game like that.
Yeah.
Get him at the Chepawak Stadium. I think it'd be brilliant. So
Mm.
yeah, I think there are lots of reasons to be quite cheerful to be for Punjab. That being said, I'm I'm very ready for you to put them way down in the rankings because they are a bit of a mercurial side. Like they could,
Yeah.
as easily as they could be second in the table, they could be 10th.
I
So
think,
go on.
yeah. I think if it I think Harshal Patel will do better in Punjab than he did at the Chinnaswamy. That's a given. Um,
Yeah.
but is he going to hit the same heights that he did 2 seasons prior and 3 seasons prior? Because if you had that Harshal Patel and also the Kagiso Rabada, who normally gets the most wickets in the IPL, that bowler, and Sam Curran, player of the T20 tournament, if you had that, then I'd be saying, yeah, playoff spot for sure. But because that's not the case, and you've only got three Indian seamers in your squad in Harshal Patel, um, Arshdeep Singh, and Kavarappa, with Rishi Darwan as a bit of support. They're your only Indian seamers.
Yeah.
So with that lack of backup, I'm putting them seventh. I do think they have a very strong squad, but I do think there are teams with stronger squads who probably have a better understanding of what their first choice team is. And that's why Punjab don't quite make it up to the top spots. I'm happy to be persuaded further, which I'm sure you'll try and do.
Yeah.
But I put Gujarat Titans at 6 and look now Super Giants at 5, who has two very strong teams. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been tricky.
Yeah. So I had CSK at 5 and Lucknow at 6. And that was purely for the reason that I had Punjab in at 4. I've got Punjab scraping
Yeah.
by getting that playoff spot. I think a lot of it's obviously conditional and it hinges on performances. I think they've got the players to do something fantastic. They've got the players to do something really, really special. And I think a lot of their Indian players are actually in amazing form. And that's why I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because,
I hope so. Yeah.
like Prab Simran Singh was, he's looked pretty good. He scored a lot of big runs. Arthur Tide, same story. Ashutosh Sharma, I think is quite exciting. Arshdeep Singh's look pretty good. I've got a good feeling about Shikhar Dhawan this season. Watch me be wrong, but yeah, I can see things going well, and I think there are pretty much like for like replacements for all of the overseas, and that's a really significant thing for me. Is that if we need somebody in that top order, we've got Johnny Bairstow or we've got Riley Rousseau, and they're like for like pretty much in terms of they are explosive and quite reliable top order batters. We've got Liam Livingston, Sikandar Raza, slightly interchangeable. I mean, I put them in the same squad. Curran and Wokes, pretty much interchangeable. And then Rabada and Nathan Ellis are pretty much interchangeable. Like there are really, really talented players in that team. And I think it'll be exciting to see them. So yeah, I've got them as 4th, but completely understand you putting them at 7th. I think maybe if I was more neutral, if I wasn't as biased, I would probably have them at about 6 or 7. However, I'm very biased, so they're in at 4
Yeah.
for me.
Well, we're going to see the same in our next video when we look at RCB, because
Yeah,
that's my
they're
favorite
going to
team.
win
So it's
every
all,
game according to you. So
yeah, it's going to be the same thing. So there we go. But I think for any Punjab Kings fans like James, you're just hoping that the team that you pick in the first game of the tournament isn't going to be completely different to the team you end up with by the end of the tournament. You want that consistency. You want players who are in the top 5 run scorers, in the top 5 wicket takers. And as we've said, they've got the players to do that. Statistically, they look really strong. So let us know your thoughts about Punjab in the comments. If you're a fan like James, give him some love in the comments. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow us on social media. All the links are in the link tree down below. And if you want to support us any further, then you can become a member, which comes with lots of great perks. So click the join button and you'll get access to all of those, like exclusive videos. And we're hoping to bring some more of those soon, especially with the IPL just around the corner. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.